What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Frank Segura here, and today we have a special guest, Anthony Bernal. On this episode, we're going to cover La Liga and the Champions League. Stay tuned. All right, Ant, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What teams you like, a little bit about your background. Just introduce everybody to yourself.
Hi, guys. I'm Anthony. I'm 23 years old. I live in North Haledon. Basically grew up big sport fan. You name it, I watched it, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, hockey, pretty much watched it all. Family comes from Spanish descent, so I'm a big Real Madrid fan, which is pretty much what we're going to end up covering today, little La Liga action. Frankie's nodding his head because he's on the side for Barcelona. And like I said, I mean, growing up, played soccer my whole life up through high school, called it quits after high school, didn't even try playing college, and it's just been, like I said, just sat back, been watching the sport, especially now during quarantine with nothing else to do, that just been following the sports and really, like, keeping in touch with that.
Yep. And at least we have one team in common. We both like the Spaniard national team.
Yeah,
so at least
the
we got
international
that
team, which consists of both Real and Barca, so there's no arguments there.
That's right. A little bit of Atletico, and that's about it.
Yeah, a little bit of Atletico, maybe a little, the good thing about Spain is they're very domestic. They keep their players in their league, so they have that chemistry already there when they go to play international.
That's right, because they're the best.
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of Spain, let's get into La Liga. I know it's about to be ending over here. Personally, I'm a little seriously butthurt because I think Barcelona coughed it up here at the end, but I think probably by tomorrow, I would say that Real Madrid is going to close it out. What are your thoughts on that?
So Real Madrid definitely have an opportunity with only 2 points needed with 2 games left to definitely secure the title. However, it's not going to be an easy road, in my opinion. They definitely slipped a little bit against Granada in their last game, where they started off the first half very solid, scored 2 goals in about 30 minutes. And in the second half performance, they started to slack, and everybody started to fall apart because they already thought they secured the win. And if it wasn't for a Ramos save in the last couple minutes of the game, in the 70th, 80th minute, where he made a goal line clearance, it could have easily been a 2-2 game, and they would have walked away with 1 point instead of 3. So it's not an easy battle whatsoever. They have to stay focused and definitely try their hardest in order to win this game.
Yep, I agree. I mean, personally, I was hoping that you guys were just going to get 1 point out of it, but, seems like you guys are getting little penalty kicks all over the place.
There was definitely key saves here and there from Courtois, and definitely the defense had to step it up with a little bit of lackadaisical from the midfield and attack. They definitely slowed down a lot in that second half, and Zidane let them hear it. So yeah, I think this is no easy give me title whatsoever. They still have to play and play to win. They don't want to walk away with two draws and leave questions like, hey, did we really deserve this title? Was it our titles for the get-go? Like, you know what I mean? So if they draw and get only 2 points and Barcelona comes out and wins those 2 games and they're tied on points at the end and it comes down to matchups and Real Madrid has the key edge in the matchups and that's how they win La Liga, it's definitely going to be a disappointment in Zidane's hands.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of sour grapes over there. Currently, Real Madrid has 83 points. Barcelona is trailing them by 79. And Atletico has 66, so they're completely gone.
Yeah, so Atletico and Sevilla are both tied for third place at the moment. Atletico has the matchup advantage, but either way, they kind of clinched their spot in the Champions Leagues for next year. So like I said, for their perspective, it's kind of like a pat on the back. Okay, you made it to the Champions League. You didn't do anything in the league.
Yeah, and technically the season ends on Sunday, but personally, I don't really see Real losing this next game. I think they're going to close it out probably tomorrow, and that's going to be it. I mean, I'm a little disappointed with Barcelona. It seems to me like they're like 2 different teams during these halves. Their last game, they came out strong. I thought they looked really good. I was like, oh, this is good. We're getting a little chemistry into this game, and, I think we're going to be okay for the Champions League here, which we'll get into a little bit later. But, the second half, I'm like kind of sitting on the edge of my seat, and, it was almost like their defense didn't even show up to the game. So absolutely. I'm a little worried of the inconsistency with Barcelona, and if we didn't have that, maybe we wouldn't have coughed up that lead for La Liga.
Absolutely. I think the problem Barcelona ended up experiencing was they have a lot of locker room issues. They have a lot going on behind the scenes with players falling out. You have players against the coaching staff, like, for example, trading away Arthur, who ended up being their starting midfielder through much of the season, to trade him over to Juventus for Pjanic. A lot of players wanted to voice their opinion on that in disbelief. Like, how could you get rid of Arthur? He was a key piece to our midfielder. Everybody loved him. He came onto the field and he changed the game. How could you trade away a vital piece of that team away just like that?
Yeah, and I think a little bit of trading away Arthur was because they didn't have a spot for him with now this emerging Ricky Puig.
Yeah,
So
I mean, like Richie Pooch is young and he's definitely has a lot of potential. You can already see his potential when he's on the ball. Like he already fits in with the likes of Messi and Suarez as far as ball movement and being able to get the ball to them in the areas they like to score their goals. So you already see that massive potential and even being able to draw fouls for the potential of Messi putting in one of his wonderful free kicks. So you definitely see that in him as such a young player coming into Barcelona.
yeah, I mean, I kind of see him. I'm kind of excited. He's like, you could just tell the energy on him. He's so into the game. You could tell that. I wish he was a little refined, which I think is going to come with some experience. But to be honest with you, it's fun. It's fun watching him play. He's a young kid, and you could tell he's hungry. So, in that aspect with Barcelona, I like what they did with Arthur. I know some people don't like it, but we got to do something. We got to change. The chemistry is not. It's a little bit toxic, and I
Exactly.
don't. I always see them really having chemistry when Suarez is played, and then you have, obviously Messi and Suarez. I know they've been for over a year now. They've been talking about bringing Neymar back. I think that probably will help with the chemistry too.
That will definitely bring a spark back to that team. That chemistry between Messi, Neymar, and Suarez was definitely fire, and they definitely ran away with the leagues in the years that Neymar, Suarez, and Messi all played together.
Yeah,
So with that being said, once you trade him away, again, it's like chemistry starts falling apart. It's players have their preferences, and they like playing on the field with certain players. So once you get those players off the team and they no longer have the opportunity to play with them, it seems like a lot is crumbling in from the inside of Barcelona.
I agree. All right, so enough of La Liga. Let's jump into some real competition, which is the Champions League. You know, uh, for the brackets right now, a lot of them are not set. We still have a couple games to play before these quarterfinals. Let's start with you, since you're a Real Madrid fan. What do you think of Manchester City and Real Madrid match?
So this match is definitely going to be an uphill battle for Real Madrid. Having to go into Manchester City and playing at their stadium is definitely going to be a challenge. However, I see a possibility without fans, since this whole COVID virus is a lot about, there's no longer fans in the stadiums. They're allowed to host it in their stadium. However, no fans are allowed in. So, I mean, Real Madrid definitely has an uphill climb to get past the 2-1 defeat at the Santiago Bernabeu. So they definitely have an uphill climb, and they're without a key piece of that defense and even their offense without Sergio Ramos with that late red card he experienced. So to come back, I mean, 2 away goals for Man City. That's kind of like a vice grip over on Madrid. But with their experience in this tournament and their history of always coming out on top, they always have a good upset, whether it's PSG or you name it. They usually have an edge over their opponents, and especially with Zidane, with their mastermind back at head coach after midseason. I mean, he's really been able to take this team and use their strengths in their favor. I mean, you depart with Ronaldo 2 years ago, and you didn't have that oomph that they needed on offense. They didn't have their goal scorer, but Benzema's definitely stepping up and is definitely proving to be a key piece of this offense, scoring 19 La Liga goals already. I mean, he's 3 behind Messi at 22, and that's pretty impressive for someone who's saying, "Hey, you're following in the shadows of Ronaldo." But now like I said, I think he could definitely be the difference in the game against Man City. Even though Man City has come out very, very hot since returning to EPL play, so it could be very interesting how this game plays out. Again, Madrid have nothing to lose, so they can go out firing and maybe sneak away 2 goals and come away with a victory.
Yeah, but those 2 goals is going to be a little tough, especially not at home.
Yeah, definitely tough because I said you can see Madrid definitely playing more defensively under Zidane. In these last few games, it's been maybe sneaking away a goal, maybe 2, but it's definitely going to be tough against Man City. Don't get me wrong. Man City is a very, very good team under Pep Guardiola.
Yep,
But
I agree.
like I said, you kind of have to inspect the unexpected over here in the Champions League, as you've seen so many upsets that have already happened in the past, even this year alone. So it's definitely something to watch, and it's definitely going to be one of the key matchups to definitely keep an eye on.
Yep. So let's go on to the next match that's not final yet, which is Napoli and Barcelona. In their last meeting, Barcelona pulled off a win with 1-0. So Napoli is a little bit behind here, and plus it is going to be at Barcelona. So my prediction is that Barcelona is going to be able to pull this off if they can stay consistent. But
Exactly.
with the chemistry that's going on right now, to be honest with you, I'm a little worried. I was a little worried how they played last game. I think I'll be a little bit more at ease if they can get a little chemistry going in these last two games in La Liga before they hop over the Champions League. But you know what? I do think that the talent in Barcelona will prevail. What's your take?
Absolutely. So I think Barcelona is definitely going to be the better side in this game. The advantage they have going into this game is they went into Napoli and have already secured a 1-goal win. So that's 1 goal already in the aggregate advantage. As far as the team, as long as they stay solid and keep that chemistry, I definitely think they can definitely walk away with a win, as they are far superior and a better talent. But don't get me wrong, Napoli is a good team and they've had their chances. They've definitely they snuck by Barcelona last year in the same exact scenario where Barcelona was up and Barcelona traveled to Napoli, and Napoli pulled an upset of the century, knocking Barcelona out of the Champions League. So it's definitely, if Barcelona can stay concentrated and pull together and have that great chemistry, they are definitely a team to reckon with.
I agree. All right. So let's go over to the third team here that's not decided, which is Olympic and Juventus. Um, what's your take on that? I know last meeting that they Lyon won 1-0, and it was at Lyon. So what's your take?
So my take is Juventus let that one slip. They definitely had opportunities in that last game. They just couldn't find the back of the net. And with talent such as Ronaldo on your team and the Champions League, you can see Ronaldo single-handedly take over a game, especially when the life of Juventus is on the line. This is pretty much an elimination game for them. So Ronaldo will definitely step up, pull the team together, be the leader Juventus needs, and push forward and at least secure a win and even move on.
Yeah, and they are down. They got to make 2 goals on this game also to advance, right?
Well, 1 goal will send them to overtime.
Yep.
If the final score after 90th minute is 1-0 Juventus, this game ends up going to overtime because Lyon won 1-0 at home, and now Juventus will win 1-0 at home. So I give the advantage to Juve just because they're at home. They don't have to travel. They don't have to experience the jet lag. They're home. They're training. They're getting into it right from the get-go. They don't have to worry about anything, especially with COVID. You don't have to worry, traveling with precautions and this and that. So it could be a psychological problem on the Lyon side that, okay, we travel, we have to have face masks, we have to be extra cautious in the airport, we have to do this, do that. It could play a mental game on them. And like I said, experiencing jet lag, I know France and Italy are not that far away, but it could definitely be a thing to play an impact mentally.
Yeah, I think if Juventus pulls this off, it's going to kind of catapult them, and they could be a favorite to win this whole tournament. So that's kind of I'm looking forward to that.
The only problem with Juventus is they have one of the toughest battles to face with the rest of the tournament. With the draws already being done, the winner of this game will end up playing the winner of Real Madrid, Manchester City, which again will be another tough test for Juventus. Could they do it? Possibly. We're talking about a team that 2 years ago were in the final against Real Madrid, and 3 years before that, 4 years, whatever it was, they were in the final against Barcelona. So the talent for Juventus is definitely there, and anything is possible, especially in the Champions League.
Yep, anything's possible. And I got to apologize. I don't know if I had said Barcelona won the last match. They did not. They tied it 1-1. But this time it is going to be at Barcelona. So my prediction still stays the same. I think their talent is just it's not going to be a game, I don't think. I think Barcelona's going to pull this one off. So let's go over to the last match here that has been undecided, which is Chelsea and Bayern Munich. So what do you think on that, Ant?
So Bayern already comes into this game with a 3-goal lead. So, and the way Chelsea's been playing since returning to play after COVID, they don't look convincing. I know they're very young and they're a very up-and-coming team, and they will definitely have a future. But as far as this game, I think you count them out. There's no way they're scoring 3 goals against a team such as Bayern Munich.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the last game was at Chelsea, so this game is going to be at Bayern, and I kind of agree with you on that. Do you have any final thoughts on the Champions League? What's your prediction over here?
So I'm a bit biased with my prediction.
Of course you are.
I think Real Madrid can pull off the upset against Man City. I think Zidane, like I said, Zidane is a mastermind since returning to Madrid. He has changed rotations of players, formations, you name it. So I think he can pull together a little sprinkle of magic, even without Ramos, and somehow get past Man City and blow this tournament wide open.
Yeah, I think Real is going to come off of a little bit of a high. They're going to have their confidence after winning La Liga.
Definitely.
Do you see any upsets here?
I really don't see any upsets. I mean, once you get past this knockout stage, I mean, you're definitely going to have – you might have a few upsets. Like I said, I think Madrid gets the upset. But, I mean, I don't think Barcelona is a clear favorite to move on against Napoli. Mm-hmm. Juventus, I mean, going down 1-0, I mean, it's one goal. And it's, like I said, that one goal could happen in Juventus. And they're right back in it.
Yeah.
So I don't really
think
see any
everybody
upsets.
wants to see that match with Real Madrid and Juventus.
That, like I said, the return of Ronaldo. I mean, granted, this is going to be a different style of tournament in which we're going to do elimination games, and they're all going to be played in Portugal. But you still get that return of Ronaldo versus his old former team. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I definitely think Juventus moves on. It's just up to Real Madrid to try to get that upset.
Yep, I agree. So that's it for this podcast. We're going to go see how these brackets kind of turn out. We'll follow up with the results of La Liga. Hopefully a miracle could happen and my team can pull it off, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Anthony's going to text me tomorrow afternoon and rub it in my face a little bit here. So any last words there, Ant?
No, I think that's it. I just hope Real Madrid can somehow, pull the upset of the century against Manchester City.
Time will tell. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Thank you very much.